narcissistic illusion of who I am, you're gonna feel dramatically. That's an internal conflict. You're fighting against the waves of the oceans. I hope I'm not going over your heads with this. You're now in a different flow, and you're trying to substantiate who you was in a different circle. You see what I'm making? In a different situation. Do you follow what I'm making? And now you have an internal conflict about who you are, not knowing that you're sometimes simply who you need to be to bring about the most enlightened reality.
One question.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to go over that again about trying to be who you were in a circle previous to your existence, like a now.
Because I'll tell you, we have a desire, they've made us have a desire, an unnecessary desire, to be so consistent.
They who?
Society as a whole. Because it can capitalize off this consistency. That's why people are so caught up in their job titles. That becomes a personality. Well, I'm a police officer.
Okay.
That's why they join these different fraternities and corporations, because they want a consistent personality. Knowing that shit ain't even natural.
Oh, I can see that because one comment on that too. I studied to be an engineer, so I could stay afloat in society. Well, I also like designing and roads, transportation, anything of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to college for that. But I also DJ music. So a lot of times I talk to my colleagues at work and I say, "Oh, so you're DJing? Like, well, what are you doing DJing? You're an engineer." I said, "Well, what the hell does that mean?"
Right.
What do you mean? Is it like they say you don't need to DJ? Why, you're an engineer? Why are you doing? It's like, well, you don't even know. What does that mean? I have yet to understand that.
That means trying to get you to stop doing what you enjoy.
I have yet to understand because music, in my opinion, music in my opinion is even more important than my day job. What I do as an engineer, I'm just working for Babylon. I'm helping them. Like usual, I'm helping them build their shit. Music is your first.
And the more your identity is consistent with helping building their shit, the better of a commodity you are for them.
Yes.
So they need you to be attached to this consistent identity, because you'll fit right in.
Right.
That's why people don't get a job just because they need money. People get a job because they need that type of consistent framework to exist there. We don't realize that. Because when they take the money, they go give it to the vote or buy it on spend it on something that they didn't even need. And they be like, where did my money go? So they're not working for the money. What are they working for? The egocentric gratification.
Yeah.
The same reason people join a gang. Same reason join the military. To be all that they can be. Like there's some way that you can somehow be all that you can fucking be.
Right.
No, that you can exhaust the totality of your infinite existence in this one life plan.
Right.
But they create this type of self-delusion. They create this. Because now you can work for the corporations. Now you can identify yourself with nothing but being a slave to them. That's the perfect specimen.
Yeah. Because sometimes I wonder why.
Nail, boy.
Yeah,
trying to find a spot in the matrix.
They ask these questions that sometimes it has me wondering to myself, well, why do I really do music? Well, why do I really love it so much? They ask me these questions so much.
Right.
It makes me second guess myself, but I know what I do. But I spin music because that's something I love to do, and there's a message with music.
Right.
Music is an outcry. Music is communication.
You teaching.
Music. A lot of hip hop, especially reggae, hip hop and reggae. They call the two music brothers. I strongly believe that because they come from the same kind of social situation. It's an outcry from societies that need help, and it's an outcry of truth. Why I love playing it, I love it. I just love doing it.
That's real. Keep up your work.
Yeah, because it's funny that you mentioned this because I can identify it because people ask these questions all the time. Oh well, you don't need to do this because you do this for us, so you don't need to do that. Maybe I second guess myself, like, oh shit, why do I really do this? Why do I really come home at 3 in the morning? That's get up at 7 o'clock next morning to go work for them. Why do I really do that?
That wouldn't make me second guess myself. That would make me second guess them.
Oh yeah,
I'll be like, what the heck?
It's just an affirmation for you.
Super absurd thing that to say.
That's the next step. That's the next step. But after that, it's like, okay, well, I'm cool with myself, but then no, why the hell are they asking me these questions? Why is that important to them?
You're joining unbeknownst to you, a fraternity of a sort.
Right.
And they want you to, they're checking you to see if you're grooming you to be this other Because they're building you into something that you don't even know you're about to get into.
Right. Because
you're gonna be surprised.
That's the problem, and that's the problem I have with my career today. The day job of being an engineer is that I can't build what I want to build. I have to build what they tell me to build, and that is and I realize that's a problem I have. So it's like it kind of like. So they go, oh, don't you want to study more? And don't you want to get your license? I'm like, yeah, I want to do all that, but it's like, I can't do it. I want to do it.
Hey,
They're trying to degrade your position.
They tell me I want to put the rope. I want to do things the way I want to do it. I want to do it where I want to put it.
Do it.
I want to do it. They tell me what to do.
Right.
They try to degrade his potential.
You know how to do the things you want to do.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Don't you know that?
If you want to do what you want to do,
I told you.
To get to where it is that we need to be. It's what we have learned from them.
Dyslexia, the law of learning.
That has corrupted us the most. What we've learned is destroyed us more than anything. Because by nature, we're already moving towards a certain direction of knowledge and wisdom with the universe. We're already moving in a direction. But he's learned us away from that. And his knowledge has made us depend on him. His libraries, where the lies are buried. His institutions. You see what has made us start depending on his systems and his schools and not depending on the wisdom that lies within our own being. And that's a powerful point. But I want to talk about the solution, which is how we see the main solution to the condition of our people is waking them up. It's getting the information to them. Now this is deep. The reason you have to get the information to them is because, yes, our problem that we have is economic. But we can't go and say that the middle class and upper class should go and give their money to the poor. Because the poor today wants to be the same as the rich and the middle and upper class. The poor want that same position. That's why these rappers get that money and say, well, you know, I don't, and you can't tell me nothing. I was broke. So until we can change the minds of all of them, then we cannot do nothing but create another cycle of the situation. The rich take their money, give it to the poor become the rich, and the rich become the new poor people. Do you see the point I'm making? Until we can wake them up. So it's more important to get the enlightenment is universal. It don't matter where people are coming from. It don't matter whether they're rich, poor, they all can embrace enlightened information. And when they're enlightened, they're all on the same level, whether they're rich or poor or whatever. Reality. Enlightenment is universal. Now, the Europeans think that they can buy enlightenment with money. And some black people think they can buy enlightenment with money, which is why they make billions of dollars, and then they go try to pay for a retreat to pay $500 an hour to breathe. You know what I'm saying? To be able to stretch. You know, $2,000 an hour to sit on the floor properly.
To sit in some mud.
To bend over. Right. Literally. Because they thought they had to pay to get what was simple anyway. They will pay for simplicity. They got dance classes. They need to pay to learn how to dance. It's a hip-hop class now. They got hip-hop class.
It's a white person that's teaching.
When I was younger, we didn't have no hip-hop class. You either could do it or you can't. Now you got a hip-hop class, a disco class, a dance hall class.
Right.
But they look down upon us. Talking about y'all dancing all the time and spinning on the floor. And they look down upon this, but now they're paying hundreds of dollars an hour to learn how to dance. Literally. So they build all their corporate America. They build all their corporate monopolies, invest all in their stocks, so they can ultimately invest their money in learning how to breathe. So they can invest their money in learning how to just eat a vegetable. They'll pay somebody $500 an hour to show them how to eat a vegetable. Literally. They got how to breathe, how to eat a vegetable, how to stretch. They got walking meditation retreats where they teach white people how to walk for $500 an hour. Come on, I'll show you. One step.
Straight.
I'll show you. Do you feel what I'm making? So they making millions of dollars to be humble with their money and to go off in these retreats. How to sit in the grass. This is what they're teaching them. But we think we're poor for everything that they go and pay millions of dollars on retreats to do.
We do naturally.
They literally, when they go to Jamaica, they don't want to stay in a hotel. They want to go into the village where they can experience the real people.
They're trying to cut that off now too.
Right.
They're trying to cut that off.
That's deep. They paying millions of dollars. That's because
all inclusive is the problem. They're trying to keep people in the hotels so they can't see the reality.
Yep.
I thought
Say
real
it.
is that
And
what
then
it
they
is.
give Jamaica
They
bad
wanna
man,
go see
then
the
give
real
Jamaica
people.
bad name, and they say, oh, you can't go out there staying all inclusive because